Hello there, troops. So in today's video we're gonna talk about my very first Star Wars toys that I got when I was a kid. They were Lili Ledy, and we're also gonna talk about how I lost them for about 12 years. So stick around. Hello there, my faithful legions. And by legions, I mean all of 2 subscribers. Thanks, honey. Thanks, mom. Dad, seriously, all you gotta do is just click the subscribe button. That's literally all you have to do. I know you have a YouTube account. I made you that YouTube account. So, anyway. So taking a little break here from all the packing, which, as you can see in my background, it's going very well, very fast. It's really not. But so I just wanted to do a quick video about some of my favorite pieces in the collection, and which are my very first pieces of my collection. Actually, they were my first pieces even before I had a collection, technically. So before I put them away, I kind of wanted to talk to you guys about them, and let me show them to you right here. Got them off to the side. Sorry about the glare. They are in a little acrylic case box thing. Try to angle it so you can see it better. So these 2 are my very first Star Wars toys that I had. If you can see him, it's an MLC3 and a Luke Skywalker Jedi Knight. They're both from Return of the Jedi, and to the best of my knowledge, they are both actually Lili Ledy brand, because these guys were gifted to me by my uncle, my mom's brother. So my mom is the eldest of 5, and my uncle was the youngest of those 5. So he's about 10 years older than I am, and I was his first nephew. So he gave me this when I was a kid, and I think you can tell, but I played with them quite a bit. Let me get them out of the case, and so I can show you, a little close-up of how they look. And so, this is even before I knew what Star Wars was, which wasn't till much later. So let me start off with the MLC3 here. Let me get a little bit closer to the camera. So first off, you can tell, what used to be white plastic is now not white plastic. It's basically yellowed out. Sun will do that to plastic. For those who know the original, that these cannons were a lot longer, so they broke off. I think those were broken off even before I got them. I'm not sure. The stickers are, of course, faded. Take a look at the inside panel or console. If you can focus. So yeah, that's also pretty rough shape. I played the hell out of this thing because when I was a kid, I was really into G.I. Joes, and this would scale perfect with G.I. Joes. So I would put him inside, sit him down here. So this was to me a G.I. Joe vehicle until so much later that I realized that it was not. I'll try to show you guys here the bottom of it. It's actually labeled 1981, but I believe it was made later than that. Remember that that Lili Ledy used some molds that were first produced in Hong Kong and other places, so sometimes the years was not very accurate. You can it still has all the wheels in rough shape, but hey, they're all there. So like I said, this guy I played so much with when I was a kid. It still holds the little mechanism, still holds the spot, and like I said, I just love this thing. You can tell it's still dusty and stuff. I have not cleaned them, properly, because I'm actually a little bit afraid of damaging the plastic. I've done, just cotton swabs with water, and that's about it. I know people say alcohol or other things, but like I said, I'm just too afraid to damage it even more. Okay, and the second item is the Luke Skywalker in Jedi, all black. So this is basically how I got it from my uncle. I never had the saber, and I never had the cloak or cape or whatever you want to call it. This was basically how I got him in better shape, definitely, because I played with this guy quite a bit too. Again, since to me these guys kind of look like G.I. Joes, just with a lot less articulation points. I would throw him in with the G.I. Joe battles. But this guy has a pretty interesting story, and let me share it with you. So like I said, I played with these guys a lot when I was a kid. So back in my parents' house, we had a unfinished part of our front fence. Basically, it was made out of cinder blocks in the bottom, but it was only about 3 rows of cinder blocks stacked up, and then my parents ran out of money to build the fence. So that's how it stayed for quite a bit. Money didn't come that easy back then, and so they would build some of it and then stop, build up a little more cash, build some more of it, stop, repeat. So one day, me being a kid, I was playing with this guy and some other G.I. Joes on that unfinished part of the fence, and this guy just fell. And so the way the cinder blocks were stacked, they're layered off of each other. So this guy went through the cavities, through the holes of the cinder blocks, and just went all the way to the bottom. And so again, the fence was not very deep, but it was deep enough that we couldn't reach it with anything. This guy just happened to fall on the exact intersection of all those empty spaces, just so that it was thin enough for this thing to just fit through. And like I said, it just went all the way down to the bottom. So that was it. I was sad, I was devastated, as a kid, because I really did like him a lot, but nothing we could really do except take a hammer or a sledgehammer and make a hole to try to get him back, which my dad was not about to do. So that was it for a solid maybe 12-15 years, until I was actually already not living with my parents. I was off to college here in the States, and then my mom decided to basically redo the entire front of the house, and by doing so she knocked down that part of the fence and turn it into another garage, etc., etc. Doesn't matter. The point is that they actually did take down this part of the fence. And so one day we were having lunch, and she's telling me how it's going with the house and stuff, and it just clicked in my mind. I was like, wait, did you knock down that part of the fence where my Luke Skywalker went down into? And she was like, yeah, actually, now that you mention it, we did. And I was like, did it come out? And she's like, I don't know, the person who's building it knocked that part and then just took the rubble and took it away. And I was like, oh no, like finally he was freed, and I wasn't there, and she wasn't there to reclaim him. So, but right there and then she got on the phone with the guy, made him go to the dump where he had dumped all of the material, and finally I got him back. And that's why he's so dirty like that, because I wanted to preserve, let's see if it'll focus, I wanted to preserve, the look of him that goes along with the story. Alright, my troops, so that was basically it. Thank you for listening to my story of how I kind of got started, into Star Wars without knowing that it was Star Wars. I appreciate you watching the video. Let me know in the comments if you like this kind of new format of me just talking a little bit more about my personal collection. Some of the pieces that are more interesting to me or that have a greater sentimental value. Again, I appreciate you watching. Please hit a like and comment and consider subscribing. So catch you guys on the next one. Let's come in, take shelter in the bunker, because I think the negotiations will be short.